Okay, I got done recording a video and I get on Twitter and the first thing I see is a storm of brewing about the leakage of audio files, bloopers, etc., that were done by Dragon Ball Z voice actors, such as Cynthia Kranz, the voice of Chi-Chi, Sean Schimmel, the voice of Goku, Christopher Sabat, the voice of the entirety of Dragon Ball Z, and other things. And people are really getting up in arms about it. These recordings include a lot of hilarious things, in my opinion. There's definitely things in there that some people could say is offensive, but at the same time, with context, I personally don't think anything in there is offensive by any stretch. But this is me. You know, I am who I am, and everyone has their opinion, and everyone's going to react very differently to what's been leaked. Some of the people are basically using this as a tool to further the Stand With Vic campaign. And if you guys have followed me, you know I'm very neutral when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm waiting for the court proceedings, and, you know, whatever happens in the court proceedings, we'll see what happens. Here's the thing. I have to say this with people that are on the Vic side of this, because it's the people on the Vic side of this that are using this. I think you're very wrong on this, because the thing is, these audio clips are all done with the intention of, you know, having fun. There is really nothing bad, and, you know, it's not with the intention to hurt anyone's beliefs or what there are. I mean, the guy in the video, Sean in the video, drops the faggot bomb a couple times.
Hey, look at those faggot-ass clothes! Faggot, faggot, fag, fucking fag. My son's a fag.
The thing about that is, I grew up in an era when I was a child. I said that word. I just want you to understand, I don't really use that word nowadays that much at all. If any, I don't think I even use it really. But the thing is, context matters. Let me break it down for you. If you say the word nigga and you're white or whatever, some people will say that's racist. I'll challenge you on that point. It's not the word that's racist, it's how you say the word. For example, if I say, fuck you, you can pretty much gather what that meaning is. Or if I say, fuck you. See the difference in meaning? Same word, different meaning, different context, different intentions within the word. Same word, different meaning. Same here. The thing is, it's kind of like one of those angry gamers that, you know, drop the N-bomb really hard. That doesn't internally mean someone's racist if they drop the hard R. Because the thing about that is, it's context. For example, I do this, and I have done this before. I've said, man, my phone's being gay. Do I mean my phone is trying to get with me? Do I mean that this phone is trying to penetrate me from my rear side? Absolutely not. So you get what I mean. You're using words to express a meaning that is different than they originally were. It's the evolution of words. Context. That's how you can tell what these words mean. And it's the same with these audio clips. I'll play a couple of them, and some of them are quite funny.
Well, you know, I wouldn't keep anything from my fans. Not even this gorgeous cock.
Yeah, I'm carrying a few extra pounds around myself. Not much time to work out. Keeping them happy is a full-time job. Especially that bitch on the right. God damn, are you trying to keep that bitch happy? It's impossible. I just give her food, I give her presents, I give her rings, I give her any... I'm sorry.
I do have one more request. It has to do with our training regime. Will you guys suck me off until I come all over your faces?
And, of course, there's also one with Chi-Chi, and the line she's giving, it kind of sounds sexual, and I actually kind of remember what scene it goes to.
Go on. Go on. Go on. I was like, yes! Yes! I was just like, right there!
It's quite funny, actually. I enjoy it a lot. I think it's great. It's all in good fun. I've done this many times. I've done it. Bulma Bunny's done it. Any voice actor has done this. It doesn't mean anything. You got to remember, guys, think about this. I understand that we live in an era where everyone gets offended, that everyone gets angry. But you got to understand, A joke is a joke. Even if it offends you, even if it does make you mad, it's still a joke. It isn't meant to be taken seriously, right? You see what I mean? So if someone says a joke that offends you, you know deep down, regardless if it offended you, these people actually have no ill intent. That's the thing that this world is lacking in today's age and society. And the problem here is people have been dealing with this I Stand With Vic and KickVic side movements. I'm a guy that's just like, hey, I'm gonna wait. Let's see what happens. And a lot of people like to jump in and do this thing. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be upfront and real with you. And I'm finally gonna break my silence on this subject. People, you're going too fucking far. Stop trying to include people that don't want to be included in the arguments. That's one. It's not anyone's business what's going on with Vic and Funimation and the actors as well. It's really not at the end of the day. I mean, I understand that people want to be supportive, and I get that. I understand. I've met both people before. Briefly, I met Vic one time at a con, and I've met Monica many times, talked to her, love her to death. I'm just going to be upfront with you and say I do. So I want you to understand from a fan perspective, because I am a fan. I'm not deep friends with anybody. I'm just not. I'm just a guy that talks online and does voice acting. When you find out all about this scandal, I've grown up looking up to Vic, as an actor. And I've done the same with Monica and Sabbath and everybody. The thing is, when these scandals are coming out and people are saying this person is this person is that, this person done this, this person done that, at the end of the day, do I know? Absolutely not. I don't know what Vic does behind closed doors. I don't know what he does. Same with Monica, same with Sabbath. I don't know. And that's the thing that I feel like people are getting so invested in making accusations and making claims and making things without really knowing. The thing is, the only people that know who really, if Vic did those things, is Monica and the people that are accusing him. And the same, and Vic, of course. The fans don't really know, and that's my thing. I think we have to have self-acknowledgement of saying, you know what, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this stance. And I'm going to give you an example. And this is why people on both sides of this whole Vic thing need to take a step back and really think about what they say before they say it. Because the thing is, think about this in your mind. What if you're wrong? If you're Stand With Vic, what if you're wrong and he did do something? Because if he didn't do one thing, that doesn't mean he didn't do another thing, and vice versa. So the thing is, if you say something to someone that made an accusation that gets proven to be actually validated and right and true, then you're going to feel like shit for talking bad about that person. Or unless you're just a guy that just likes saying shit, and you're going to regret it. And it's not going to be good for you, and you're not going to like it, and you're not going to be happy with it, and you're just going to be angry and at yourself. And the same goes on the other side. I'm not going to say the other side hasn't done it either. People that make those claims about these people, you're going to be, what if you're wrong and Vic was good? It's the same situation. You see what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are on my channel that follow me, that respect my stance and understand that being in the middle is actually the best choice, because you just don't have the knowing. I mean, there's plenty of these YouTubers on I Stand With Vic that have given quote unquote evidence and quote unquote things that make it stipulous. But you got to understand, they have an invested interest in making sure that you guys are on the one camp or the other. And that's simple, because they can only make money on the fact that Vic is innocent. And if Vic is proven not innocent, then they're going to be hurt. I mean, I get that he could be. I'm not saying that he is and not. I'm not making the judgment if Vic is innocent or guilty. The thing is, the people that are making videos on the fact that he is innocent have an invested interest, and it's financial. And this is a thing, by the way, a friend of mine named Mad Black Entertainment also has been saying this very much. He's been doing live streams. He's definitely talked about this, and I absolutely 100% agree with the fact that both people on each sides need to stop, and they need to take a step back. And this happens with every movement. People come in with the best intentions. Let me give you an example. I think the original people that were I Stand With Vic were absolutely good, honest people that just wanted to help Vic out, and they actually had good-hearted intentions. Same things with KickVic when it first started. There's actual people that, think that these things have, people that have been hurt. There's people that that heard these stories about people that have been hurt and victimized, and you guys can relate. There's definitely people that have been victimized in that sense. So I get where both of these groups are coming from at their core, but then you get the radicals that use the labeling of one or the other to further their own agenda. This happens with many movements. The Black Lives Matter movement. It happens with religious movements. It happens with everything. If you turn on the news, what do they say about Muslims? Oh, they'll blow you up, essentially. News, fabrication. That happens all the time. And same here. And what's happening here is the news is the I Stand With Vic YouTubers. They're corrupting your minds because there's no one really talking about it. Not saying that these people that are making the videos are bad people or anything, but I see right through it. It's to keep the videos going, to get clicks. And that's what this site is for. Not going to judge anybody for doing what the site is intended to be for. Get views, be successful. The thing is, though, I don't agree with the fact that these people are making money on someone's pain. There's a YouTuber named Hero Hey, for example. He has a mug that says I Stand With Vic and a shirt that says I Stand With Vic. He is making money on Vic. Shirts, merchandise. Guys, that's fucked up. Seriously, it's fucked up. There are people that are really supporting Vic, and then there's people that are using it to get money from you. They're playing you. Guys, need I remind you about the Pro Jared situation? Did you guys see how that turned out? That's kind of happening with the Stand With Vic movement on YouTube with some people. Not saying it's everybody. It's definitely happening some people, though, that I've watched. And you guys can definitely understand where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the fact of if you stand with Vic, you should really stand with Vic, not use it to get profits or money. They're not giving this money to Vic. And you know that deep down in your hearts. I know you do. And if you support Vic and you truly do, you know in your hearts that some of these people don't really love Vic. But I understand. You want to be informed. You want to know what's going on. You're worried. You're concerned. Get it. 100%. Understand it. But I also understand that the fact that these people are going to use that to get what they want from you. And I'm not saying that KickVic people don't do bad things. Absolutely not. But the YouTube audience is I Stand With Vic. I haven't really seen KickVic YouTubers, at least personally, because it's not going to get clicks. I've seen people say that this is a conspiracy. This is Illuminati. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's actually the same type of titles and shit that you see with news outlets on Google. You've seen them. You click on them like, oh my God, have you seen this? Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Guys, we know that they're using that. Let's be honest. And I'm not saying that you can't report on the situation and talk about it. You're supposed to. I'm not even telling the YouTubers what they can and can't do. It is their channel. It is their decision. It is their choice. But I will say this. When you make merchandise off of a person suffering, fuck you. Fuck you. Because what they're doing is literally saying, hey, buy this because you support Vic and the money will go to me. I have friends on both sides of the spectrum, and I get both sides. 100%. I do. I really fucking do. And I want you to understand something. If Vic did those things, yes, I do want him to be prosecuted, and yes, I do want him to suffer the consequences. But I also feel the same way in the reverse. If Vic didn't do those things, then I want the people that lied to suffer the consequences. I am a person that is very neutral. When it's proven, go from there. Simple as that, man. Like, really, that's the way we should be. And look, people that are having these arguments, let me break something down for you. Think about this. If you're an I Stand With Vic person and you see a KickVic person supporting a person that has an accusation against Vic, think of it like this. What if you had a sister or a mom that you know would never lie in your heart of hearts, and they made a claim that someone had done that? How would you feel? Angry, pissed at Vic, right? You would. So their actions are completely understandable. You get what I mean? And the same thing with I Stand With Vic. Imagine if you had a brother, dad, you know, that would never do nothing. Then they had these claims. You would be angry and want to support them. See? Self-acknowledgement of, wow, everyone's reactions kind of make sense. Maybe I should just kind of open up dialogue respectively and listen to what they got to say and agree to disagree. It's a very sad time, specifically in America, that we can't agree to disagree. Like if someone says, I support Vic, I support Monica. Oh, okay. I disagree with you. And these are my reasons why. And then that person could say, I can see what you're saying, but here's my reasons why. And then you say, huh, okay. Like, can't we just walk away and have mutually, understanding? Why do we have to go to, attacking, to leaking out information about someone where they live? See, the one thing I will say that I absolutely disagree with, and if you don't like me because of this, I'm sorry. I don't agree with people giving out information about people where they live, like doxing them. Are you kidding me? Especially the kids. See, this is the one thing I will say. If you dox someone's kids, like people did to Sabbath, and leak out pictures of his kids, fuck you, man. That's not okay. I don't care if Vic is innocent. You don't bring an innocent child into this, no matter what. And at the end of the day, this is the thing that blows my mind. Vic has told everybody, don't do that. I don't want you to do that. Then why are you doing it? You can't say you're Stand With Vic if you go against what Vic says. I had someone argue with me about this on Twitter, and they said, well, Vic doesn't police us. He doesn't control our actions. I say, well, respectively, you shouldn't call yourself Stand With Vic if you're not going to stand with what the man says. So if you're going to do exactly what he doesn't want you to do, you don't get the right to say you're Stand With Vic when you don't really support his ideals and what he's saying. And I think everyone in this comment section can 100% agree. You're using this as an outlet to be a fucking piece of shit and a scumbag of a human being. I've seen this 100 times. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some people on the KickVic side that are just as fucking despicable. I've seen it. Trust me. I am a neutral guy, but I get fucking pissed off when I see people lie, talk about being swatted and they weren't. Believe it. Women shouldn't just be believed. I understand it. I get it. It happens to men all the time. There's a fear of it. I understand. But it's both sides as well. We can't just negate the other in fear of the other. This is a sex battle in a sense. I am saying, guys, we just gotta take a step back, man. Let it play out. The damn officials will handle their jobs, and they will do it professionally. Not everyone on the internet, specifically Twitter and YouTube, is certified professionals that have been trained in every instance. And the thing is, even if someone says they're a professional, they're not in the courtroom. It's not the same. And the thing is, if anyone has an invested money interest in making sure you guys are angry and invested in watching their videos, then whatever they say is polluted. It's not in the middle ground. It's become CNN, Fox News. They literally tell you what you want to hear, what gets views, what gets clicks, not the absolute truth. And the thing that bugs me and hurts me as a man, and it probably hurts you guys too, is the fact that some of these people talk about Vic every damn day, but they don't talk about other men that need this publicization, that need this exposing, that need some kind of ground to walk on. They're not talking about the people that are unknown. That people that are known, they're only talking about Vic. And you know why they're only talking about Vic and they're not talking about the other people that need to be talked about if they care about people getting accused? It's because it's not going to get clicks. And that's a fact. If you want to fight me on that, that's fine. The thing is, they're talking about Vic so much that it's gotten to the point where people that are Stand With Vic have just gotten tired of seeing it. And you got to understand, I know that people here have to be getting sick of seeing this. It's getting old. Let me ask you something. At the end of the day, what is this really doing? Does this help Vic? The GoFundMe does, sure. But outside of that, what good is fighting some people on the internet via Twitter helping Vic? How does that help him? Did Vic say to do it? Does Vic want you to do it? No. No, and no. This doesn't help him in any way. And people are just using this as a reason to fight. Wars happen. And what we've got is a online war, and it hurts. Because you know what's going to happen? One side will be right, one side will be wrong. And I'm so fed up with seeing it that I almost don't even care. I just want it to be over. I'm sick of hearing about it. I want us all to be a community again. Talk about things that are actually good and productive. What anime is hot right now? Let's talk about My Hero. Let's talk about One Punch Man. Let's talk about Demon Slayer. Let's talk about the Rising of the Shield Hero. Let's talk about the core thing that matters, and that's anime. And it's been lost. And it seems like people are treating Vic like he's the representation of anime. No matter if he's right or wrong or innocent, he's not the face of anime, guys. We are. We are the face of anime. It's not an actor. It's not an artist. It's not an animator. It's us. Our love for this community. No person's bigger than that. You know, seeing these audio clips that were played and they're using it to further that, it's disgusting. It's actually disgusting, and it pisses me off because, dude, it's in the booth bullshit. Dude, who cares? They can call someone gay. They can call somebody... Dude, have you not heard comedians? Dude, Eddie Murphy, classic example, and everyone that is anybody knows who Eddie Murphy is. And if you watched his stand-ups, what did this man talk about? He talked about gays. He talked about taking it up the butt. He talked about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's taboo now to talk about, but is it really? Because at the end of the day, we talk about it privately in our own lives, and we use those words. We say the words. We do those things. Come on, stop being hypocrites. And that's what the world has become, a world full of hypocrites that act like they don't do anything. Shut up. Stop that. You do this. If it's done as a joke, treat it as a joke. You can be offended by it. You cannot like it. You can have your opinions and criticisms on it. But it's still a joke. It shouldn't be taken as seriously. And I just feel like people are just reaching to keep the Vic thing stirred up. I mean, with the whole Sabbath deal, I remember recently that they were saying that Sabbath was saying that Vic's fans were autistic, and they showed a screenshot of him confirming that this was about the Kiwi Farms thing, about them doxing his child and his address and many other things, and showing pictures of his child. The thing is, regardless if these people don't like Vic, would I have called people autistic? After having my child exposed, I probably would have said worse. I mean, dude, it's a normal human reaction. Is he really wrong to feel that way after that incident? Think about the frustration. Let's think about this. It wasn't publicly. He didn't publicly say this. He said this privately as well. That's another element. You're angry. You're private. You just got to vent it out. And that's the thing. A lot of us do that. If we have a lot of things we want to say, we vent it out to other people privately. We don't want to do it publicly because, you know, we're better than that. So at the end of the day, you can debate on whether or not what he did was right, but is it human? Yeah. I'm just saying that every bit of these cases you can see in both lights. Like, it's not one side. Vic surely isn't just the only side that, you know, it's right, and that's easy to understand both sides of the spectrum. Yes, you can do it on every single person. Be more open-minded and just wait. Why do you have to take the pitchforks and be involved? Why? Are you just that desperate to hurt somebody before you know? Like, there's a difference in hearing someone on YouTube saying, yeah, they did it, they did this, they did that, conspiracy theory 101, hate this person, hate this person, hate this person, hate this person, come back, hate this person, hate this person, hate this person. Why would you trust someone that's making profit speeching that and getting you to click? Because think about it. If you're angry and dislike somebody and someone's making a video about that person, you're going to watch it, right? So you click. And then you keep talking about it. Then you click again because you're angry and you're ready to see them get justice. It's a tactic. And this is coming from a YouTuber. I've done YouTubing. I've seen people use these horrible tactics to get views, man. You've got so many people that use these tactics that are so cheap. All YouTubers clickbait in some capacity. There's just certain ones that are more lowbrow than the others. And the thing about it is, it doesn't necessarily dictate their own personality. Because aside from all this Vic shit, some of these people that are doing videos on it, whether they're doing it, whatever reason they're doing it for, they might be good people outside of it. I've met plenty of YouTubers. Content's awful, but they're one of the best human beings in real life. I'm not going to make a judgment on someone's personal character. Don't know them. Can't judge it. What I can judge is someone using someone's suffering for gain. It's not good in any front. I'm just sorry. That's just how I feel. And I love you guys. I understand that you people are going to be supporting Vic. I want you to support who you want to support. I'm not saying don't support Vic. I'm not saying don't support Monica. What I am saying is stop with the fighting. It doesn't really improve anybody's situation. It doesn't. It doesn't help Vic. Vic doesn't want you to do it. See, and the thing is this. There are people who are like, well, KickVic does this, KickVic does that, KickVic does this. Just because someone else is doing evil doesn't mean you should do evil. Have you guys ever heard that old saying that you can't return evil with evil? I don't keep up with everything, mind you. I really don't. I don't have the best knowledge on the entirety of all of it because, quite frankly, it's sickening. I don't want to hear it anymore. I just want to hear the case ruling. Simple as that. And then with the findings. I don't want to hear all this stuff about people wanting to dox people and hurt people, kill people. Kill people? Like, you want to kill somebody over this? Something that isn't even related to you in the slightest? This is religious terrorism. I think people that are using the idolization of somebody to such a high degree that they are willing to go to the extent of breaking the law and hurting and killing somebody, you're literally a terrorist, a religious terrorist that we see on the news that wants to go kill 100 people in the name of whatever God they serve and then blow themselves up and take everyone with them. You know, at the end of the day, what this is vigilante justice. You're taking the law into your own hands and not really letting the professionals work. I just want the truth to come out. Whichever side is right. End of the day, closed book. That's it. Then we can go back to talking about anime and doing other things. You guys shouldn't blame Funimation for these things. Funimation absolutely did the right thing here, and I'm going to explain. Funimation, at the end of the day, is hiring independent contractors, and they can choose to cancel anything that they choose at any given time. They don't have an obligation. Honestly, though, if you're a business owner and you see the situation play out and many people come forward and say these things, I mean, you kind of have to. Even if you morally think that this person is innocent, you kind of have to. So Funimation did the right thing in a business sense, if we're just talking business. And that's that. That doesn't mean, and I can't speak for every company, obviously, but I think anybody that did it based on that and based on the fact that people were coming forward, and let's just be real, there's definitely a lot of people that have accused Vic of stuff. Can't even deny that. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, mathematically, it's improbable that everyone's lying. Let's just sit back and think about it. I know people say, well, there's just statements. There's no actual proof. But this is the thing. You can only say that so many times. The thing about it is, when you have that absurd of a number making those claims, you have to treat it seriously. And honestly, you should take it seriously regardless of how many claims, just to verify and check yourself. And there was internal investigations done with Funimation as well, and you don't really know what those investigations entailed. There could be stuff that we have yet to see. So those things we have to take into account. There's so many things going on with this case that's hurt everyone, made everyone feel disconnected, and it hurts me because, again, I have people that are on both sides, and I love my friends, of course. The KickVic and IStandWithVic situation has basically become the anime equivalent of the left and right. It's literally become, oh, if you stand with Vic, you're Republican, and if you're KickVic, you're a Democrat. It's literally become a politician's game, and you can't agree to disagree. Personally, I'm the type of guy, I don't care about the parties. I just care about the person being best suited to be in the position, regardless of political linings, period. That's what this is. It's segregation. It's keeping one side on this side instead of keeping everyone unified. And it's going to go on for a while until this case is over. If you want to support the YouTubers that do I Stand With Vic stuff, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to. But I will say, and I think you can agree with, When someone's making money off someone's suffering, then it's not okay. I know I've been talking about this for a while, and I'm sorry that I'm going on this long, but I have been thinking about doing a video kind of talking about this, and this whole leakage of audio files was just like the final straw for me, because I feel like someone on YouTube with a significant following needs to talk about this issue, and I'm going to talk about it. And this is my thoughts. Summary: if you believe that Vic didn't do anything, that's okay. And if you believe Monica's accusations, that's fine. We're still fans on the outside looking in, so it's easy to assume either side is right. You see what I mean? We're not in the deep side of this. We don't know with 100% factuality that Vic didn't do it, and we don't know with 100% factuality that Monica's telling the truth. That's 100% facts, unless we're them or we were there, right? If you weren't there, there's a percentage of not knowing what is false and what is truth, and that is the absolute fact. The blooper thing is 100% a joke. And regardless if a person said faggot, it's a joke. And also it's 18 years old as well. That's definitely a factor, because context matters. The words aren't harmful. It's the usage and how it's done. If you're using it as a joke, well, it's a joke. It's not meant to actually hurt people. If it hurts somebody, it's because the people are just letting it hurt them versus knowing that it is not meant to be taken seriously. And that's just how I feel. Think about this. These are people in a booth recording, and they're saying these things. It's pretty clear to realize that it's a joke. 100%. It's absolutely a joke. And to be quite frank, if you want to be mad at them, then you would have to be mad at literally everyone in the world. How many people do you think do this privately? And they did do this privately, mind you. This was not broadcasted on Dragon Ball Z. This is all private audio stuff, bloopers, little things. This isn't hugely, out there, like on Dragon Ball's actual dub. We're all guilty of that. I'm sorry. That's just facts. We're all guilty of it. So we're kind of being hypocrites, saying that's right and that's not, that's evil, this is that, homophobic, yada yada. Come on. It's a joke. Chill out. That's all I'm saying. And I know I've rambled on that a lot, but this is going out of proportion, because simple fact is this: people on the Stand Vic side want to keep it going, and they have to have new stuff to talk about. Simple as that. And vice versa, I'm sure, of KickVic. They probably do it as well. The thing is, I'm only seeing this from one perspective because of YouTube. It get clicks. And you guys, I know I'm making a video on it, but understand, I have been really quiet about this and my viewpoints, mainly because I didn't want to bring any kind of issue here. But somebody has to do this. There are plenty of people, and I just want to say this, there are plenty of people that are YouTubers and other things that have told me not to make this video, and morally, it's just not right for me not to say anything. And I have to say something, because I am obligated to you guys, my fans, to everyone around the world that looks up to me, that I need to say what is actually right and wrong. The right way to go about this is to support the person you want to support. Don't go attack, and especially don't go against the person that actually you're supporting. If Vic says don't do this, don't do that, you should live by that. And don't use this case that he is going through to make money on him. Shame on you. And shame on everyone that does that. And shame on anyone on either side that uses this just as enjoyment and not really caring about the people involved. Shame on you. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Will I probably get backlash for this? Most likely. But I'm being neutral, mind you. I'm not taking one side over the other, but what I saw today really got me, and it bothers me. And I don't like the direction in which these things are going. Our emotions can make us do things that we regret. But there's definitely people that are in those groups that are bitter, angry, using it for entertainment and to just be a part of a club and a group. And, yeah, this will be the only time that I really comment, I think, on this entire thing, unless, of course, it's over, and then I'll definitely chime in on that as well. But until then, I'm going to be neutral. I'm going to support my friends that are on either side. And I'm going to hope that everybody can come together and be happy again. I love you guys. You changed my life. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next video.